Welcome, Plymouth. I am your host, Greg Simoneau of the Greg Simoneau Show. How you doing? This is episode 8. The whole staff is here. Thank you guys for having me. 8 whole episodes now. Yes. That's probably some equation I can add that up in minutes, but I don't want to. So we have like 29 more minutes left. Big show tonight. 8 episodes. First, just let me say, thank you, PAC TV. Thank you, Dustin, the whole staff. It's been great. You know, it's a joy to be here, and thank you so much for having me. Second thing I want to do is shout out to Mom and Dad. Hi, Mom. Hi. I want to do one whole episode where I just talk to my mom through the TV. Hi, Mom. How's it going? Really? How long on those meatballs? They ready? Okay. Call me. I also want to say hi to Scott, who may or may not be watching. Hi, Scott. Yeah. Alrighty. It's the Christmas season and episode 8, so big show tonight. And, you know, the other day I was with my lady friend on the beach, and we're having a good time. You know, it's down south in the southern islands. And this guy is yelling up from top of the beach, "Private beach, private beach, private beach, private beach." And we're like, oh, geez. Oh, let's get out of here, right? So we walk up the beach, and when we get up to him, he grabs my lady friend and pulls her away and drags her off. And I'm like, what? Apparently he was saying private bitch, and that was his woman. Whew. They do not treat women nice down here on this island I was at. Whew. Rough. But to be fair, we just did come from their wedding, you know, so that's kind of my bad. The wedding, you know, and I did officiate it too, so double bad on me. I talk a lot about my Nana too, and she was so holy, so religious. She used to put holy water in our toilets, and I'd be like, "What is this, Nana? Is that typical, you know, for religious?" And she said, "Well, you ever go in the bathroom after your grandfather? I see the devil in that bowl." And my Grampy Lee, they're both gone now, but it's good to remember them. Everyone used to say, Lee has to be a saint to put up with Liz. You know, but I think it goes both ways. I think they enjoyed their time together. They were newlyweds in the 50s. Liz and Lee, both 3-letter names, both starting with L. They even had the vanity plate, Liz Lee. So I'm thinking about you guys this Christmas. My grandparents, Liz Lee. We got a big show for you tonight, and I got a news that you don't want to miss on a new holiday bazaar local to Plymouth coming up. All the information is coming up in a minute. Thanks. Welcome to the Holiday Bazaar, is what I'll say when this takes place as your host, Greg Simoneau. This wicked local bazaar is coming to you in Plymouth, and here's all the information you're going to want to know this Christmas. Our sponsors are going to be McDonald's, so this is what you're going to want to know right here. They will have their full menu, except no nugget sauce or ketchup. So you can get anything you want from McDonald's. They're the big sponsor. Also, we'll be sponsored by Tub Fitters, because we want to get that out right off the bat. Tub Fitters. Get your picture taken in Santa's tub. Nudes are welcome. You can also get naked, naughty photos, too. So that's a little twist in this bazaar, just to let you know. Also, it is $25 a plate, but you only get the plate. Food is going to be extra in that situation. It's $25 for just the plate. We're also going to have a toy drive, noted here, the toy collection. We want used wrapped toys instead of the unused unwrapped toys. We just want to be surprised is what we get. We're also going to do, we're going to do bobbing for Xmas cards, Christmas cards. We've changed it from the usual bobbing for apples. Who doesn't want a wet card? Fun. Also, there's a take-home version where the card starts in a block of ice, and then you have to defrost it, and then see what you get. So that's going to be in our Bobbing for Cards booth right here at the local Holiday Bazaar. We're also going to have Christmas caroling booth. Christmas caroling, I think it's denoted right here. Instead of just singing, we have a couple of cougars named Carol who will be making men out of boys. Must be 18 for this booth. All genders are welcome. Visitors to this booth will get caroled. It's kind of a twist there. It's going to make a real interesting Christmas for those boys. We also have the wrath booth. Instead of a wreath booth, and that's not just my accent, it's a wrath booth. The wrath booth, instead of a wreath booth, a wrath booth, I think I said that already. Take out your aggressions in our Christmas-themed break room. Break all the ornaments, wreaths, and gingerbread men you want. Smash the wrapped gifts from the toy drive. Then spill our donation cans all over the floor. And then watch as one of our carols clean it up. Best of all, this attraction is free. And who doesn't want to have Christmas fun at the Wrath booth? Thanks. The next one here, we have another part you want to visit here at the Holiday Bazaar, is the Christmas smells. Don't you just love the smell of Christmas? Well, you won't anymore when you visit our Christmas smells booth. After we blast you in the face with way too much pine, you get to spend the next 3 days in close quarters with our family who have been here way too long. They are starting to smell like our carols after a busy night. Christmas does smell like B.O., worse than Count Dookie's breath. And that's right here. You're going to want to visit that. Then visit our manger. Do I have it? Yes, our little manger right here. There's no baby Jesus in here, but there are live animals. We've gathered the mangiest cats and dogs we could find to fill our manger. Dogs and cats who actually have mange. Now you can bring some mange home with you after you rub and cuddle the dreadful diseased pets. Nothing says the holidays like getting a little mange. It's what the wise men went through. And that'll be at the manger, right there. How do I get to this truly bizarre bazaar, you might be asking? Well, tickets will be available at the door, online, and through Ticketmaster for 5 minutes on Friday morning. The park opens at 4 a.m. Saturday and runs through Christmas night. We are local, so it's here in Plymouth, and check the website for directions. Some of the things that we'll have on hand you'll be able to pick up are jewelry, handmade candles and soaps, essential oils, home decor, refurbished furniture, antiques, and much more. You can see here we have the Shop for Great Gifts. There's going to be over 10,000 vendors here in Plymouth for this event. More than 80 tables. So we're going to squeeze them in. There'll be a raffle, plenty of free parking, etc., etc. There's lots of free parking, but if you want to park close, it's just $50. So keep that in mind. Tickets are as follows. Seniors are free, adults are $5, kids under 12 are $20, and babies are $45. There will also be a raffle. Did I put that on here? This is the big sign. I have a smaller version of this. I made 1,600 of these to pass out today. Dustin, are you available later? I have just to hand out some flyers. I thought I got a confirmation from you that you'll help me hand these out. We'll talk about that later. So here's how the raffle is going to go. To participate in the raffle, we ask that you please bring a waffle, stick it in your mouth, growl, and say, raffle. The best raffle waffle person wins. Food vendors will be on site. And don't forget the holiday pop-up shop. There's also going to be live music shown here, and we got the food vendors on site. The live music will be, we have Two Kids in a Nickel, The Singing Trees, The Screaming Trees, Pammy and Alan, the Johnson Sisters, and a Metallica tribute band. So you're not going to want to miss that. Also, there's going to be a stand-up comedy by Pie-in-the-Face Freddy, Funny Guy Al Devereaux, the legend Scott Blanchard, and adult comedy with Bone and Bailey. Also, don't miss the Writers' Workshop with our very own Bob Silly Pants Jackson. And, you know, here at the Bizarre Bazaar, I'd like to get serious for a moment. We will be raising money from the homeless. No longer is it the 1900s where the homeless are unclothed, hungry, dirty, and making friends with rats. They are experiencing a surplus these days, driving better cars than us working folk, so we're asking for money from the homeless. We know you're hiding that money and that Gucci, and we will be collecting it. And that's it. I hope to see you there. Hosted by yours truly, Greg Simoneau. Thanks. All right, I call this one Pizza Man's on Drugs. Pizza Man puts drugs in them pizzas. Pizza Man pops pepperonis, and then he pops pills. Pizza Man eats a sub. It's heroin, then heroin. Pizza Man's tomatoes are acidic because they are on acid. He makes the sauce while being sauced. He puts shrooms on the pizzas while being on shrooms. When the guys from Coke and Pepsi shows up, he snorts Coke and drinks Pepsi. Pizza Man's on drugs. He has 2 scales in his bathroom. One he steps on, and one he opens shop on. If you ask him, "Where the trees at, man?" he gives you weed and rings up a broccoli pizza. He's meh about other people's pizza because he's on meth. He does stuffed crust with stuffed crack. Pizza Man's on drugs. He has a line out the door, then he does a line out the door. Pizza Man's menu goes stimulant, depressant, psychedelics, seafood. Pizza Man's kids work there because he has to watch them. They're on drugs too. They say to me, "How about pizza for blow?" So I went, "Where's my pizza?" Pizza Man's on drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? Pizza's good, oh yay. He has tons of boxing memorabilia on the walls in case you were on the fence about whether or not his place was run by the mafia. He came up with his special sauce from a bloody lip a former employee gave him. If you ask him for an empty box, he gives you an Xbox, 'cause he has his hands in everything, not just the dough. Pizza man's on drugs, but there's no better pizza in the whole world. Order up. Dun, 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 dun. The dead speak. The galaxy has heard a mysterious broadcast, a eulogy for the late Count Dooku. Given by his unknown stepbrother, Count Dookie, it gives an assembled group of bounty hunters and separatists closure after Dooku's death. Meanwhile, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren rages to heavy metal in search of the Phantom Funeral. All right, settle down, settle down. Welcome. I am Count Dooku's stepbrother, Count Dookie. I've been looking forward to this. We have gathered here today for a celebration of life for Count Dooku. He was killed aboard the Invisible Hand in the Coruscant system by that kid that was conceived by midichlorians. I would avenge my stepbrother's death, but he touched my drum set when I wasn't home, so screw it. I am not force sensitive like my brother. He always promised to bring me to the Nexus, but I've been practicing. I've been looking forward to this. Instead, I rely on force bubbles that are filled with my bad breath. When one of these bubbles breaks, it exposes my bad breath, and the people are slightly stunned. I've been looking forward to this. My brother killed many people, some necessary, some for fun, including my brother, my sister, and Yaddle, the girl Yoda. Talk about putting lipstick on a pig. This was my brother here, right before his death. One of the last known shots we have of him. And this is my brother immediately following his death. Decapitated by that kid created by midichlorians or something. My brother did some good things in his life, like erasing Kamino from the Jedi files. That was pretty funny. I still can't believe they let that old librarian guard those files. He also bought me this toy lightsaber. I've been looking forward to this. Come at me now, Anakin. Twice the pride, double the fall. Maybe that's why he got me a toy one. Count Dooku will be remembered as a prominent figure of the Clone Wars and Lord of the Rings. He will be missed. I love you, brother. Please enjoy some light refreshments, and if Kylo Ren shows up, those beasts, everyone for themselves. I only have enough bubbles for one. Thank you. Hi, guys. Hi. Great skit. Yep, thanks. Questions? Yep. Well, when Greg approached us for the Dooku skit, we were like, there's so much Star Wars out there right now. Who's going to know the difference? You know what I mean? Good, bad, the same. We were just happy to do it. Greg's always wanted to do something like that, so it was a real opportunity for him that he loved it. Yes, we don't know where on the timeline this falls. I think we made mention of that. Maybe 100 years after Dooku's death. I don't know. I don't really know. We do believe the sequels did happen. So we're saying that the sequels happened. Yeah, that's what we're saying on that. Yeah, it was hard to shoot at PAC TV. It was a small confines. We were hoping for something like an Air Force base or something like that, but a hangar, yeah, or a funeral home, a local one. We always try to use local spots when we can. Yeah, we could have went green screen. I don't think Dustin knows how to use it, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But there was talk of we doing it with a solid stone background. So like Greg's basement had come up. But Greg had drawn Mario Brother characters on there when he was a kid or something, and it just didn't look right. It didn't fit it. Yeah, there's plans for more Star Wars in the future. I think so. I don't think Greg's character Count Dookie's going to make it into the canon. Time will tell. His Count Dookie doesn't have force, is not force sensitive. He doesn't have that much abilities. He is working on it. There was mention of him and Dooku going to the Nexus, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Yep, we did try to get TV and films Adam Driver. It was late in the shoot. We really we didn't actually make the call. I just kind of, thought about it and, telepathically, and Adam was not available. I think he was busy. I think he's doing a Don Quixote film, something like that. Yeah. Is that it? Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks.
Wow. Look how old Greg Simoneau has gotten. You know why I'm here. I want the VHS tapes of his original show. I also want my own Star Wars bubbles. Count Dookie mentioned refreshments. Are there any left? Kylo's getting upset. Where is that scavenger Dustin? Is it true? Dustin is just a scavenger? Where are my bubbles?
Instead, I rely on force bubbles that are filled with my bad breath. When one of these bubbles breaks, it exposes my bad breath, and the people are slightly stunned. I've been looking forward to this. My brother killed many people, some necessary, some for fun, including my brother, my sister, and Yaddle, the girl Yoda. Talk about putting lipstick on a pig. This was my brother here, right before his death. One of the last known shots we have of him. And this is my brother immediately following his death. Decapitated by that kid created by metachlorians or something. My brother did some good things in his life, like erasing Kamino from the Jedi files. That was pretty funny. I still can't believe they let that old librarian guard those files. He also bought me this toy lightsaber. I've been looking forward to this. Come at me now, Anakin. Twice the pride, double the fall.